south of Prescott, Arizona on Senator Highway. It's one of my favorite staging areas, about 10 miles south of Prescott, about 3 miles past where the pavement ends. Today we're going to do Senator Highway and FS 82 loop. As you can see, Senator Highway at this point is still a pretty nicely graded dirt road. You can take a passenger car down it, no problem. Now, Senator Highway gets its name from the Senator Mine, and if you look up here to the right of this white truck, you will see some steel girders and tailings pile off to the right marks the entrance to the Senator Mine. Now, right about here, we going across the headwaters of the Hacienda River. Goes through underneath about right here. And just ahead, around this curve, you'll see me kick the end out a little bit, give you guys a view of some stonework left over from some mining operation long since departed. Right there. Well, as you can see, the road is deteriorated, encountering several water crossings. Some signage telling us about historic Palestine, built in 1877. Now, Senator Highway at this point turns to the left. That's Forest Service 52 rather. We are continuing south on Forest Service 82. Now, these next several miles of trails south of Palestine are some of my favorite. They're not typical of what you would think of when you think of Arizona, as you kind of find forests, creeks, but you do pass some mining claims, so don't stop and start digging around unless you want to get shot at. And I like to wick it up through here. This is one of my favorite little sections of trail. Now, a few miles later, 82 will split. We're going to go left on 82A. If everything works out properly, we'll reappear a few hours later to the right on 82. Now, at this point, we're beginning to get more into terrain that's typical of the desert. To your right is Fritz Canyon, pretty deep, jagged canyon. We're slowly descending in elevation And those last couple of miles are a pretty radical transformation from pine forest into genuine desert chaparral. Now this area is littered with abandoned mines. Here's a perfect example of a hole that just shoots off into nowhere off one of the side trails down 82. And a bit further down the trail we come to Trails End Mine, which looks to be a pretty recent operation as far as mining in this area goes. So let's pull over and check it out. Now back on the trail, doing some creek crossings, and as you come to the end of 82, you'll be forced to take a left or a right. We're going to go left on 9251A and B, and eventually 682A, which takes you out to a pretty large hole in the middle of the desert. Very beautiful sunny weather on this day. Spectacular desert scenery. Just a great day to be out on the trail. Now as you continue on up 682A, you eventually start to climb up a pretty high ridge. Beautiful view from up here, and I couldn't help but just sit and enjoy the desert. I turned around at a gate, and I'll try this one again later on. Once I came back down off the hill, I took a few side trails. This one led over to a spring, believe it or not. Minnehaha Springs on my topo map. Here I turned around and I'm heading back out, backtracking back to 682A. Now at this point we've headed back to the west. 682A, it's 682B, eventually 682, which leads to this windmill, and it seemed like a great place to eat lunch. A little black forest ham on wheat, nice and tasty. Beautiful Arizona weather. Now at this point, 682 will dump us out on Wagner Road, which is a well-maintained public road. We are going to go west to Fritz Canyon Road, then we're going to hit 94C, and then 688. And this little section of 688 is one of the most interesting little sections of trail I've come across out here in Arizona. It winds its way back and forth across some shelf climbs, and I don't know what the soil's made out of, but it's very interesting. Just a neat little trail. Now, 688 dumps you back into FS 82, which should sound familiar to you because we turned left at that split earlier in the day. Again, this little section of trail is one of my favorites. It winds its way in and around canyons, over mountains, through the chaparral. Just a neat little trail through the Arizona backcountry. I'll sit back and let you enjoy the ride. Now at this point, we've completed our loop. We're heading back north on Center Highway towards our staging area. As you can see, it's getting dark. My headlights are on. I'm cruising on up the road. So I decided to let the old GoPro record until the battery died. Hope to see some deer. Didn't make that. Just not until the battery was dead. But hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you out on the trail.